Hello, friends. Matt Murphy, final hour of the Matt Murphy Radio Show. I decided to stick around. Jackson Williams, sadly, has mentally departed.
Nope, got one more Michael Jackson joke.
Okay, you'll be departing after this joke to go watch football or something or another. What are you doing in there, Jackson? Don't make you turn that channel.
A little behind the scenes. Ken watches WKRN ABC on
Ken, hold on a second, Jackson. Before you just go off on a. Ken Weaver follows all of the different news channels.
Yes, but I have a TV in here.
I see what you're saying.
And we keep it on ABC because he's got CBS and NBC back there.
Uh-huh. Okay,
so
very good. Way
ABC,
to repair that.
At 6 o'clock, went to Monday Night Football.
Did they?
And it is a phenomenal game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. And after I say this, the criminal was feeling dangerous when stealing that car. All right, I'm done.
Well, human nature.
I'm out of Michael Jackson songs, and I will not expend the physical energy that it would take to touch this keyboard to type in Michael Jackson songs.
He took the car because he was trying to go to Chicago.
See, now, are we in deep cuts, Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
I was getting ready to say, man.
Hopefully while he's in jail, nobody says you rock my world.
Have we done Pretty Young Thing?
Yeah, I did that one.
Okay.
You want a couple more?
No.
Good, because I'm out of songs.
You sure?
Oh, he'll look back on this as a funny story, and he'll say, remember the time?
You definitely don't want anybody in jail saying you rock my world.
The only reason that I'm allowing this to continue is because Ken seems to be getting a kick out of it. That's the only reason that this is happening.
That's the only reason he's totally enabling me.
There have to be a few more Jackson 5.
Oh.
Tito.
Surely Jackson has 5 more.
He tried to defend his crime by saying it's human nature.
Weaver just gave you that one. Can I get to a couple of my clips now?
Yeah.
While you watch some football? Or
I'm sure if I don't, there will be blood on the dance floor.
Jeez.
He's still laughing back there.
I know.
I'm done now.
You finished? I feel like I'm in Neverland. Thank you, Ken. Remember, y'all remember.
Remember a time?
Y'all remember when Michael Jackson had that? Y'all remember when Michael Jackson was so famous, he had that monkey and everybody acted like it was okay?
Oh, that's right.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that he took that monkey to an award ceremony and everybody acted like it was cool?
Oh, my goodness.
He looked at the monkey and said, will you be there?
Y'all remember when Michael Jackson was so famous and nobody would bother to stop him when he was like dangling his kids over the balcony? Y'all remember that?
Yes, I remember. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah.
Y'all remember the time when he started inviting little kids to sleep in his bed with him? Y'all remember that?
Oh, Brother Murphy.
Took a turn. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's true. He gave him, well, never mind. He gave him, he talked about Jesus juice. You have my Jesus juice. I mean, it's not my fault. I didn't have anything to do with it. Nothing to do with it. I'm just here to report the news.
I just report the news, boys. Yeah.
3304 wants to know if we can moonwalk this segment back to the beginning. I wish we could. 4667 says, I don't know about anybody else, but it's black and white. This needs to end. I agree. And then what was the one that he did with Paul McCartney? Say. I got another story. That's the one.
I already did that one.
You did say. I missed it.
So.
Ebony and Ivory.
Well, that was a good one.
You can't fit that one in.
You can't
anywhere.
fit that one in. It was a good song, though.
I thought Ebony and Ivory was Stevie Wonder.
Oh, that's Stevie Wonder. Yeah. Am I losing my mind?
I don't know. It's late. I mean, it's been a long week. We're about to call it a weekend.
It just started.
I know. It's been a long few months for folks like Karine Jean-Pierre. She recently appeared on a podcast, the Tim Miller podcast. I just want to share this with you. folks like Karine Jean-Pierre live in a different world. And for some reason or another, they think that all of us are dumb, that all of us weren't around when Joe Biden's administration was around. Now, this, if you're watching on Talk TV, I warn you, this is Karine Jean-Pierre with less makeup than we're normally used to seeing her with. And she's very, very tight on the camera shot, so it's a little bit frightening. But what's more frightening is her memory of the Biden administration. Listen to this and laugh.
We did have legislative wins.
Sure,
and
but he
that
didn't
is
talk about him that well, though. He couldn't talk about him. He wasn't campaigning.
No.
By the way, I should note, Tim Miller is a liberal. So it's not as if she is on an aggressive podcast. She's on with a friendly, and he correctly notes he didn't talk about any of his victories very well. He didn't talk about anything very well. Listen to what this woman says.
And
He didn't talk about him that well, though. He couldn't talk about him. He wasn't campaigning.
No. Wait. First of all, he did talk about them. Whether it broke through or not, he did. Tim, he did talk about.
I mean, he talked way less to the press than Donald Trump does. Way less. And he wasn't out there at all. He wasn't good off the cuff. He wasn't doing press conferences. Let's just be real. Like, he didn't do paid events.
Tim, that's not true. Tim, you're
okay. I'm just going to pause for a second. This guy, Tim, he's a friendly. He agrees ideologically with Karine Jean-Pierre and Joe Biden or whoever was making the decisions for Joe Biden. But he's just speaking truth from his personal experience, all of our personal experience. Joe Biden was not in command of the White House. He was not in command of his own faculties. I don't think he was in command of his own bowels. Joe Biden could not promote anything coming out of the White House because, well, he couldn't promote it. And the only legislative accomplishment that I could possibly point to would be his Inflation Reduction Act, which did not do either. It did not reduce inflation. As a matter of fact, made it worse. Remember when they were out here touting, hold on, Karine Jean-Pierre, I'm not done yet. Remember when they were out here touting Bidenomics? Ooh, Bidenomics. They shut up with that pretty quick, didn't they?
Way less to the press than Donald Trump does. Way less. And he wasn't out there at all. He wasn't good off the cuff. He wasn't doing press conferences. Let's just be real. Like, he didn't do paid events.
Tim, that's not true. Tim, you're conflating all of it. That's what you're doing. No, you're telling me he didn't talk well about it. Then you're telling me he didn't talk at all.
He didn't do either. He didn't talk very often, and when he did, it wasn't very good. He sounded very old.
Maybe you weren't paying attention to what we were doing at the White House. But
I paid attention. I'm with you on the policies. I'm talking about his performance.
The president spoke to the American people a couple times a week. He traveled and did domestic travel and talked directly to the American people.
It's fascinating the level of gaslighting that is going on with these people. Donald Trump speaks directly to the American people through his social media apparatus on almost an hourly basis. He speaks directly to the American people through Q&As with reporters off the cuff every single day. Well, I won't say every day because that's hyperbolic. Just about every day. He did today. Did y'all see him today? He had the Australian president in there with him in the White House. And it was like an hour-long Q&A with the turkey gaggle, blah, 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 and he would answer the question, blah, 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 and he would answer another question about anything on their minds. And Karine Jean-Pierre wants you to believe that Joe Biden was as responsible. I'm fascinated by this. And this guy's just trying to be. This guy, I might disagree with this Miller fella about every piece of policy presented by Donald Trump or the Joe Biden, but he's just trying to be real. It's like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying is truth. And this woman is so baked into this lie, she can't get out of it.
He talked way less to the press than Donald Trump does. Way less. And he wasn't out there at all. He wasn't good off the cuff. He wasn't doing press conferences. Let's just be real. Like, he didn't do paid events.
I mean, the guy's so right. Let's just be real. And she can't be real. She's still lying to the American people. It's embarrassing.
After that interview, Joe Biden's going to say, she's out of my life.
I'll be happy when you've exhausted the discography.
I think that's it. I might have a couple more, but I'm about out.
615-737-9986. Let's talk to Mike in Old Hickory. What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Mike, if I were any better, well, let me put it this way. I feel better all over than I do anywhere else. How about that?
Well, very good. Are you going to vote for some Donnie? Because I am. Because the reason I am is because this is the opportunity of a lifetime for conservatives. Now, you don't have to be a Republican or a Libertarian, but a conservative, to allow this guy to now become the New York mayor and now the titular head of the Democrat Party with AOC and all these people backing him, including the imam who is a Jew hater and hates America. I think we should stop trying to stop Zamdani. I think we need to help him get elected.
Well, I consider myself in the camp of there's a thought process that Curtis Sliwa needs to pull out of the race, and I don't agree with that. I don't think that Curtis Sliwa owes it to anybody to pull out of the race because the Cuomo people are telling Sliwa that if he doesn't pull out the race, that they're going to cost the race for Cuomo and that Cuomo is a much more moderate candidate. For me, I don't think Sliwa owes Cuomo a damn thing. Secondarily, Cuomo would be only a slightly better version of Mamdani. And frankly, I think the people of New York deserve what they get if they elect a socialist that has declared he's going to raise taxes on the super rich, has declared that he's going to create a dynamic by which they begin moving themselves and their businesses out of that city. He is going to create a desire to leave New York City based on his announced policies alone. And I can't imagine what he truly is going to do with the New York City Police Department. But, yeah, I agree with you, Mike.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. Let's not start fighting against him. Don't fight against him. Let him dig his own hole. Let the New Yorkers dig their own hole, because then Mamdani is then going to become the head of the Socialist Communist Democrat Party all of next year during the midterms. And I just love this, and I really get mad at Republicans trying to stop him. I want him elected because New Yorkers, they don't elect Republicans anyway. They don't elect conservatives anyway. Let's get him in there and then let him push his agenda. We win.
I want them to, and thank you, Mike, for the call, a reasonable call from Mike in Old Hickory tonight. I believe that they will get exactly what they vote for if they vote Mamdani in. And I say let them eat the cake. Let them get what they vote for. Let them get what they support. And maybe, just maybe, it will wake some of the people up in New York City. I was a little confused because you said, I'm voting for him. I don't think you can vote in New York City. But I certainly do agree with the premise that that they're going to get their comeuppance as a result of their vote. Now, if you've been following closely the mayor's election in New York, you'll know that, Andrew Cuomo was dispatched of by this leftist socialist, Mamdani. He then came back and he's running as an independent. Curtis Sliwa, longtime New York resident, founder of the Guardian Angels there in New York. Sliwa was battling the crime problem long before it was fashionable to do so in his silky red jacket and his red beret. Well, Sliwa has left that behind for a nice suit, as he is an older guy now, but he is running for mayor, and he's getting about 15 or in some polls 20%. And now the Cuomo people are begging him to drop out of the race, saying, if you drop out of the race and support me, that's the only way that we can prevent Mamdani from winning. Well, what does Curtis Sliwa owe Andrew Cuomo? Nothing. Andrew Cuomo will only be marginally better than Mamdani. He will only hurt New York a little less. And frankly, Mamdani is closer to the point that we have far too many leftists supporting socialists in the United States of America who has made it a mission to destroy capitalism and the free market. In the largest, and some would say greatest city in the United States of America. And I would not say that it's the greatest city any longer. It's certainly the biggest. And it is the epicenter of capitalism in the United States. And he will do his best to destroy it. 8695 says, is that the best New York has to offer? Feels like Tennessee. Well, obviously, you've not looked into Curtis Lewa. Curtis Lewa was the real deal. But Curtis Lewa couldn't win dog catcher in New York City because New York City's lost its ever-loving mind. Secondarily, I would suggest to you that we have some pretty good political figures in the state of Tennessee as well. I believe in them. Not all of them, but many of them. 23 after the hour on Super Talk. Well, thank you, Ken Weaver. We look forward to those conversations coming up in just a moment or two. Look forward to you on the phone, 615-737-9986. Coming up just after that newscast that Ken Weaver just told you about, we will offer you our Murphy Movie Mayhem movie reviews. Jackson and I are playing a little game with one another where we throw out a couple of movies on Fridays. We challenge one another to watch these films, and then we come back and we review them for you, the listening audience. And this month we are focused in, I guess we got one more Friday to go. We are focused in on,
No.
What do you mean?
Halloween is a Friday.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I may give you a non-horror movie this week.
What? Okay. Well,
It takes place in October, but it is not a horror movie.
It's your choice. Our films this week, I gave you The Shining. You gave me Us, the Jordan Peele film. And we both actually fulfilled our duties.
Yes.
We both. I don't know. I choose not to doubt you.
I watched the movie.
I had a bet going that you wouldn't get through it.
I dozed off a little bit. I woke back up for the good part.
Well, yeah, with the blood and the.
It was like 30 minutes. I missed a good middle chunk.
See that slowly but surely the truth comes out. I think
it was on. It was late.
Were you focused on other things, Jackson? You have a little toddy in your hand? You have a little toddy?
I did not. I was refreshing Twitter looking for Tony Vitello news.
Uh-huh. I get it. I get when young Danny is on his big wheel riding down the hallways, it can get a little tedious.
I definitely missed that.
Jackson, you missed one of the best scenes in the
Well,
whole
did you
movie.
miss when he cut down the hallway and he saw the two girls?
I mean, I've seen that on you. Like, I've seen that scene.
You missed that scene?
I definitely missed that
And you're
scene.
going to review this film?
It was boring, Matt.
I don't know what we're going to do with this generation, y'all. They need constant stimulation. Constant stimulation.
I mean, just once an hour would have been nice.
Can't watch can't watch 45
it is 3
minutes of
hours a movie.
Can't watch 45 minutes of exposition while they slowly just walk around a hotel and don't say much.
Nothing happens.
Well, he's going crazy, Jackson.
I was going crazy.
More in a moment from you, buddy boy, and we'll get to Jeff and Kevin as well on the issue of No Kings, New York City coming to mind. Right now, it's Ken Weaver's turn on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. For those of you that claim that I never disagree with Donald Trump about anything, y'all need to listen up. Because I strongly disagree with this move by the White House made earlier today. It is not true that I've never disagreed with the White House about anything. As a matter of fact, I was on the record as saying that I wouldn't have voted for the big, beautiful bill. I did not believe that it went far enough, and sadly, we're seeing why I was so concerned about it right now before our very eyes. Inasmuch as we can't even get a continuing resolution at current spending levels without the Democrats thinking that they've got a winning hand. More on that coming up before we get out of here with Hakeem Jeffries over the weekend telling Jonathan Karl of ABC News that he's not negotiating with anybody. They are acting like political terrorists. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It is true. But I'll say this. I don't know all of the details of this latest story that came out a couple of hours ago on the Trump administration canceling student debt, but I disagree with it. According to the New York Post, the Trump administration canceling student debt for millions of borrowers, a pivot from its previous moves to block some of the loan forgiveness. In an agreement with the American Federation of Teachers, the White House will again start processing student loan forgiveness for eligible borrowers in two low-income-driven repayment plans, home contingent repayment and pay as you earn until they expire. Trump's BBB, Big Beautiful Bill, is slated to phase out those two programs July of 28. They have over 2.5 million enrollees total. Tremendous win for borrowers, et cetera, et cetera. Under Friday's agreement, borrowers who become eligible for student loan forgiveness this year will not owe federal taxes on the relief. The Department of Education has not immediately responded. Earlier in the year, the White House paused student loan forgiveness under some of the income-driven repayment plans. These programs recalculate the borrower's monthly payment. On its face, I disagree with that. You pay what you owe. You borrowed the money. You should pay for the money. It is not my fault that you thought you were going to make money with your English degree. It is not my fault that you thought art history was a winning move in college. Hell, it's not my fault that you didn't take a pause and work for a year and collect up enough money to actually pay for it as you went along, which is a perfectly reasonable option for those of you who do not have the money to attend college and don't want to have loans at the end of it. I had a few loans, not a lot, but a few. I worked. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I had to work. I was blessed enough to receive a couple of different scholarships. I received room and board for the first 2 years of school on a theater scholarship, and it got cut in half the last couple of years. But one way or the other, there are plenty of different ways to cut all of this up. Bottom line is, these are folks that know what they're getting into. They ought to know what their given profession is going to pay, and I'm sad for them if they bit off too much. Apparently, we're just going to forgive some of that. I'll get into the details coming up in a moment or in the next couple of days and report back to you what I think of it. Kevin is next up. Kevin, thank you for calling. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Cousin Murph.
What's up, Kev?
Well, I just want to, I know it's a little off topic, but I just wanted to tell you about my experience in downtown Nashville this weekend.
All right.
Okay, so Saturday night, I take my wife out to a very fine restaurant. I won't name the restaurant, but I'll just say it has a little magic in it. It was a beautiful night, absolutely beautiful night until we left. And when we walked back out to go get our car and leave, it became all mayhem downtown. And I'm talking mayhem, like fights in the street, like things that I have never seen in my life.
But this is Saturday night?
People walking. Yeah, Saturday night.
Around what time, if you don't mind?
Well, let's just say we got out about 11:30, but we got caught up in traffic, so 12 o'clock. But it was mayhem. It was raining, but there were a lot of people that still had the No King signs.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a lot of fighting, and I saw women fighting women. I saw men fighting women. I saw men fighting men. I saw people walking over cars, and it was just literally mayhem.
Well, let me ask you,
and
Kevin.
I haven't heard.
Let me ask you. These were liberals?
Well, I don't know. It was just.
Well, the reason I asked, Kevin, I think it's a little presumptuous to assume their genders if they're liberals.
Well, no.
That's a joke.
It was just.
It's a joke.
I know.
Yeah.
But there were. I saw a bunch of No King signs and people yelling about it and but it was just mayhem until we got through it all. And my wife was she was terrified. She's like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I didn't either. I was like, we'll be okay. We'll get through. And then there's the police everywhere, but they weren't doing anything. Everybody was it was mayhem. I had never seen that ever in downtown Nashville, as bad as it was on Saturday night.
It's interesting. I admit that I've not done any sleuthing on local media outlets like local television stations, or the Tennessean is pretty much useless. So I've not seen anything reported on this, but I'm going to look into it, Kevin. This is news to me.
Yeah. I mean, we went out like Joan Jones. It's her same anniversary, the 18th. So like that's why we went out. We thought we'd do something special, and God forbid. I mean, if she had gone downtown, she probably would have noticed the same thing.
Do you go downtown often on the weekends?
No, not in years. Years ago I used to play downtown and do it. Yeah. But
well, I would say, Kevin, it's a different place. I mean, it is a different place than it used to be, even when I first got here in 21. Secondarily, I think the official No Kings. I'm not here to defend these people, but I think the official rally ended well before nightfall. So you probably experienced some of the individuals that were at the rally that spilled over onto Broadway. But honestly, Kevin, if you tell me about fist fights on the streets in Nashville, Tennessee, I would just tell you that's an average Saturday night, sadly.
Yeah, sadly. Yes, very sadly. But you go to a high-end restaurant and you don't expect to see that after you, like, had a great evening and you go home.
Yeah, I get it.
It was just terrible. I just wanted to let you know.
Look, if you don't like drunk people, don't go down there on a Saturday night, brother, because it is a bunch of drunk people down there on a Saturday. I can promise you that. All right, let's see. 47 minutes after the hour, got lots to get into, not the least of which, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Murphy Movie Mayhem. Big time review. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Matt Murphy Movie Mayhem, featuring and starring Matt Murphy and young Jackson Williams. It's an opportunity for us to gain a little culture in our lives, as Jackson offers Matt Murphy a look into cinema of the last 20 or so years. Matt Murphy takes a look a little further back for Jackson Williams. I offer him a movie. He offers me a movie. And then we compare and contrast and offer reviews. Now, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Mine's probably a little easier.
Yeah.
So my film was, what's it called?
Us.
It's a Jordan Peele flick.
One of my favorites. I really like this movie.
From what,
2019. I saw this in the theater.
Did you?
Yes.
So, all right, my review is this. A very unique concept.
It's a hair woke. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think about that.
Well, but let me tell. I'll give that to you on the back end. It's a family, a woman in the family. The lead female character, really the lead protagonist, has trauma in her early life, and you see some of that, and then some more of it comes out later on in the film. What actually happened to her in her early life, where she sees a doppelganger. A person that looks exactly like her, in this case, a child that looks exactly like her. And then eventually in the film, you realize that the doppelgangers are coming back. And I don't think I'm giving anything away when I say that things go very badly for the people. Toward the end, I came to realize there's a great twist right at the end of the film that I will not give away if you've not seen it. I think it was a fine twist. I think the twist itself, the concept was brilliant. I thought that it could have been a little bit better executed.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. You're right. I think it's scary as hell.
It's not really jump scary.
It's unnerving.
It's unnerving.
Oh, it's very, because you see these people having to face themselves and as animals.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is an unnerving film. I think thematically, if I got into that sort of thing, what are we trying to say? That if you succeed in life, it's on the backs of other people, or, it's all about luck and good fortune. It's not about hard work and work ethic. I think there's a little bit of that going on. I mean, if Jordan Peele's just trying to say, hey, we need to remind ourselves of how lucky we are to be born a couple of steps ahead of some other people around the globe, that's all well and good. It was a creepy-ass movie. It was a good movie. Overall, I'm a hard grader. I'm going to say B-, but I'm a hard grader.
Let's do it on a Murphy scale. How many out of 5 Murphys?
I'll give it, I'm going to go ahead and give it 3.75 Murphys. John.
That's fair.
I think out of 5 Murphys. Now, let's get to The Shining.
Okay. I'm going to give
Jackson,
this,
how much of this film did you see?
I probably missed a good 45 minutes in the middle.
Where you fell asleep?
Yes.
What I want you to do, because this one's old enough that we can do this, because we're not spoiling anything for anyone. If you've not seen a movie from 1980 by now, then that's your bad. Just tell me what the plot of the film was, Jackson.
So this guy gets a job as a hotel. He's going to keep the hotel because they can't have it open during the winter.
Okay.
Because nature will retake the hotel, and they obviously want to keep it open, but it can't be open during the winter due to snow.
Okay.
So him and his family move out to this hotel, and you spend a good amount of time living there and doing various things. And this is where I fell asleep because it was boring.
Okay.
And then
let's see. Let's all see where Jackson woke up again.
he slowly starts to descend into madness.
Yes.
He writes, "All work and no play leaves Jack a dull boy."
Dude, that moment in the film.
Yes.
Where you've watched him type, and he's you see him typing.
He's an author,
Novelist,
which is why he thinks this is a good job for him, because he can finally
he can write his novel.
Yes.
And you think he's typing, you hear him typing all the time. And then that moment where she looks at what he's been typing the entire time, and it's all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Oh my God.
One thing I didn't specify, they had told him when he took the job that the last guy they hired to do this killed his entire family.
Yes.
And you meet this fella.
Yeah, you do. Grady. Grady was his name.
So I didn't really understand this. Maybe the 45 minutes I missed explains this. Is he just hallucinating, or is he back in time?
Well, isn't that the question? Well, Grady looks at him and says, "You're the caretaker here. You've always been the caretaker here." So the question is, was he hallucinating? The bottom line,
I choose to believe that he was hallucinating.
The bottom line is this: the hotel was screwing with him.
And it got him. It got him good.
It got him.
And he's chasing after his family. And then at the very end of the movie, it pans to a picture of him back in the 1920s hotel.
So here's one of the reasons that Stephen King...
I meant to turn my mic off.
No, that's all good. One of the reasons that King didn't like the movie was that Jack was a good man in the book, and he was trying to be a good man, and the hotel took advantage of his weaknesses and turned him against it. So it wasn't a guy just going crazy in a hotel. It was a hotel turning a guy crazy. And Stephen King did not feel like that they accomplished that and they preyed on past experiences in the present circumstance. So that was kind of Kubrick's nod to the idea that he had always been in the hotel, and it was the hotel controlling the experience the entire time.
Like a house of horrors.
Yes. Well, you got it for the most part.
Yeah.
Red Rum! Red Rum! It's a great film.
I give it 2.
You give it 2 out of 5 Williamses?
Too much
2 out of 5 Jacksons?
This was the first movie I objectively just wasn't a fan of. Which I'm not a huge horror fan in the beginning, and it's a 3-hour horror film.
It's a long build. I agree with you. It's a long build, but you got to admit that when he sticks his face in there, here's Johnny. That's great.
It's a great scene, and it's iconic.
Iconic scene, and now you can say that you've seen the movie that the film is from.
Well, all but 45 minutes of it.
Oh yeah, well that was just probably a lot of Danny rolling around, and you probably missed. Did you miss the hot chick in the bathtub that turns into? See, you missed it. You missed the naked scene with the hot chick in the bathtub. You missed that?
Yes, but I saw it so I had to look up the ending because I didn't really get it.
Okay, fair.
And so that they nodded back to that ending. Didn't she have like gangrene or something?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she either drowned or killed herself. She was believed to have killed herself in the bathtub. All right, that's how we do it. Hooray for Hollywood. Yay. I would play the music, but we got to go. It's 55 after the hour on Super Talk.